Stop looking for permission to become powerful. There is something exhausting about living like your life cannot begin until somebody else approves it. Somebody has to validate it. Somebody has to recognize it. Somebody has to choose you. Somebody has to say, yes, now you are allowed to rise, allowed to speak, allowed to build, allowed to take yourself seriously. And that way of living will keep a person small, because the moment you place permission in the hands of other people, you hand them power they were never meant to hold. You hand them the key to your mind. This is something I had to seriously discipline myself about for the past few years now. And I had to cut ties with anything that I felt had permission over my mind. A lot of people are not weak because they lack potential. They are weak because they keep waiting. Oh, I'm waiting for support. I'm waiting for the right response. Waiting for confirmation. Waiting for the room to agree. Always waiting before they step into who they already know they are called to become. Go and listen to my previous teaching on you are your own superstar. You're a superstar. And follow up with this, because then you realize you shouldn't be waiting, because by the time you're waiting, your energy already leaked. You're leaking out your energy for nothing. Right? So when people wait, their energy leaks. Wasted potential. Their clarity weakens. Their confidence fades. Their vision gets quieter. Because you're no longer in control of your mind, which is the only authority that you were given upon creation, that mankind dominates reality. As the Lord of earth, I am the law and order, reality's dominion. I govern my life, my experience, my reality. Because if you don't, your standards begin bending to fit the comfort of other people. Now, that is dangerous. Because some of you do not need permission. You don't need more permission. You need more courage, all right? You need the courage to stop shrinking your power until it feels non-threatening to everyone around you. You're not meant to fit in. Be yourself. Stand up. You need the courage to stop asking people for emotional signatures on what was already written in your spirit. You need the courage to stop living like your destiny must be stamped by human approval before it becomes valid. Because if you keep waiting to be authorized by the world, you will keep delaying what heaven already put in motion. And that is the tragedy. Not that you lacked potential, that you kept standing at the gate of your own life, asking strangers extras in your own universe if you are allowed to enter. I beg your pardon? You do not need permission to become disciplined, to raise your standard, to protect your peace, to build what is in you. You do not need permission to carry yourself with more strength, more clarity, more seriousness, more self-respect. You need decision. That is what changes everything. The day you decide that your life is too important to keep waiting for applause is the day your power begins returning to you. Because now you stop negotiating with the opinions of people who are not carrying your assignments. Now you stop asking casual minds to understand sacred vision. You stop explaining yourself to those committed to misunderstanding you anyway. That is freedom. And no, this is not rebellion for the sake of rebellion. This is alignment. This is maturity. This is the moment you realize that if you know what must be built, then your responsibility is not to beg for permission. Your responsibility is to obey. Obey the higher standard. Obey the deeper conviction. Obey the call to become more disciplined. Obey the truth that keeps telling you your current life is too small for what is trying to emerge through you. That is power. And yes, it may cost you comfort. It may cost you approval, being easily understood. It may cost you certain relationships that only worked when you were less powerful. So be it. Because what is the alternative? To keep dimming your light so others never feel challenged by it? To keep staying behind because your growth makes other people uncomfortable? To keep lowering your future to fit the expectations of people who were never meant to define you? No. There comes a point where you must stand in your own life and say, I will not wait any longer to take myself seriously. I will not keep betraying my own becoming, because the room is slow to recognize it. I will not keep asking permission to rise into the discipline, peace, strength, and power I already know I am meant to carry. That is the shift. And once that shift happens, your posture changes. Now you speak more directly. You protect your energy more seriously. You stop treating your vision like a hobby that can be postponed indefinitely. Now you begin moving like someone who understands that their life is an assignment, not an addition. Your life is an assignment. It's been assigned to you, not an audition. All right? Say that to yourself again, within yourself. My life is an assignment, assigned to me. I am not here to audition to be extras in other people's assignments. Your life is an assignment, not an audition. You were not put here to endlessly perform for acceptance. You were put here to build, to refine, to obey, to become. So stop looking around the room for permissions. Walking around with permission slips. Permissions that were never coming. The world is a bunch of effects. You are the cause. The effects cannot permit the cause. Pick up your own authority. Stand up in your own name. Move with the seriousness your future deserves. Because the world rarely gives permission to the powerful. The powerful decide, and then they build. Fortify your mind. Forge your body. Conquer your arena. Till next time.